team is searching for additional possible caches of buried valuables in the northern region of the triangle-shaped swamp. They discovered a piece of shaped wood 3 feet deep, suggesting that it might be related to a structure closer to the surface or another one further below. The team is determined to find answers and keep their eyes on target. As the excavation continues, archaeologist Jack Begley joins archaeologist Fiona Steele and her assistant Todd Langseth to investigate a mysterious round foundation near the shoreline. The purpose of this test pit is to see if it is an entranceway, as there is a gap in the rocks. The bonus tie-in is that this is the area of the entire structure that has been found money pit soil. The team has discovered man-made mortar that matches soils from more than 100 feet deep in the money pit area. Additionally, they have unearthed multiple sections of the feature, along with an array of coins and artifacts dated between the 14th and 18th centuries. These discoveries have made the team suspect that the feature was used and modified by different groups over a number of eras when treasure may have been deposited in the money pit area. One of the finds is a hinge piece, which Fiona believes is a diamond or cut glass of some sort. Jack thinks that this hinge might have come from a box or chest, but Fiona is unsure. The rest of the hinge and its contents are being bagged. Fiona suggests that the hinge might have come from a ring or necklace, but Todd believes it could be a gemstone or glass gemstone. The team is determined to find answers to these questions as they continue to explore the swamp and its potential treasure caches. Over the past decade, the Laginas and their team have discovered numerous pieces of treasure across Oak Island, including gold-plated buttons, silver coins, and gemstones. One such find, discovered on Lot 21 in 2018, is believed to be at least 500 years old. This discovery is a top-pocket find, and it is a dazzler. The next day, archaeologist Laird Niven and archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan joined the team to analyze a glass gem-like artifact near the round feature on Lot 5. The artifact is a high content of lead, which is not found in modern glass, especially glassware. The artifact is called paste, which is flint glass with high lead content that was ground up and pressed into a mold. French jeweler Georg Friedrich Strauss invented simulated gemstones in the early 18th century, which were created by adding bismuth, thallium, and lead to ground-up glass powder. The round feature on Lot the 5th of May have been used as a camp during an operation to bury valuables in the money pit. The mortar-like material found in the round feature matches soil samples recovered from deep underground and near the location where they are currently conducting a large-scale excavation. This underscores that somebody of importance was there, and someone with wealth. Laird, who has excavated all around the province, confirmed that this is the first one of these things they found. Marty believes that this is one of the most significant things on Lot 5. The data, find, and analysis provided by the team are food for thought, but they hope to find more treasure in the money pit. They plan to continue searching for more treasure and finding the brothers and sisters of the treasure. Rick Lagina, metal detection expert Gary Drayton, and Billy Gerhardt are searching for clues at the southern border of a mysterious triangle-shaped swamp. They have found wood from ships and ship-related artifacts in the swamp, dating back to the 15th and 18th centuries. In 2020, they discovered a piece of ship's railing near the southern border that was carbon dated to as early as the 8th century. The team is eager to uncover more clues, especially in light of Dr. Doug Simmons's theory about the medieval Viking culture potentially being connected to the Oak Island mystery. They have found wood with a hole in it, which looks like it could come off a boat. The team is considering whether they have found more evidence of a sailing vessel in the swamp and who were the visitors that left it there. The Oak Island team believes that this is a very old mystery, with dates from 700 AD with the ship's railing and 1200 dates in the swamp. There are strong suggestions that there was activity very early on, but to what end? This makes the search interesting. Billy is digging in the swamp, and they find horizontal and vertical boards and a wall of a shaft or retaining wall. It is possible that this wall was what Fred probed when he thought he hit the wall. The team is excited to see what other possible clues they may uncover in the area. In conclusion, the Oak Island team is actively searching for clues at the southern border of the swamp, using various methods to uncover clues and examining the historical context of the swamp. Over 30 years ago, treasure hunter and Oak Island landowner Fred Nolan discovered a wooden wall or dam in the swamp, which he believed represented evidence of an artificial feature created centuries ago to hide something of great value. The team is now investigating if they have found a section of that same construct, and if so, could it be related to the potentially 1250-year-old piece of ship's railing found nearby in 2020? Gary and Rick Lagina have invited geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner to inspect the feature. They are interested in the red stuff underneath the stone road, which may date to roughly the same time period as the wooden tunnel below the garden shaft. If we start seeing that red stuff within and around that wood structure, that will possibly place it further back in time. The team is also interested in finding something that connects the stone road to something else, such as a loading and unloading platform. If this is as old as the stone road, it could have been used for unloading goods and building other structures. There is little known about the southeast corner of the swamp, and the desire is to dig and expose the structure in its entirety to gain a better understanding of its purpose. The wood here is interesting because it is round on the edges and flat on the top. The team hopes to find an artifact or two that might tell us what its purpose was. They must be careful when installing something, as they have put a huge effort into installing something. In the northern region of the swamp, Marty Lagina and geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner have made a significant discovery. They discovered a boulder at the bottom of which there is a disturbance, suggesting that the way to unlock Nolan's cross is built into the cross itself. John Edwards, a researcher, pointed the team to this location, claiming that they might find a buried treasure connected to the Knights Templar. As Billy Gerhardt excavated the area, a massive boulder was discovered sitting atop a potentially man-made stone formation. The team is now examining the site to determine if it is merely a natural feature, or if it really could be man-made. Marty finds interesting details about John Edwards' presentation, such as a stick in between the boulder and the sediment, which suggests that people were moving around boulders to move water through the area. This seems like people were manipulating or trying to change the water level in the swamp for whatever reason. If Dr. Spooner and Billy are correct, the area around this feature could offer evidence to support the theory of researcher John Edwards, who believes it may have been created centuries ago by members of the Knights Templar. They found some nice cut wood at the base of the swamp material, which they plan to carbon date and use to determine if they find any other oddities and possibly some metals. The next morning, they plan to find some good stuff, including a big tree, 2 layers of trees, and several other tree stumps. These findings suggest that the swamp may have been artificially manipulated hundreds of years ago, as trees are not able to naturally grow in marsh environments. Another interesting finding is a large timber, which was brought here for something and has been chopped several times. The team plans to walk around and take a look at the rocks that line the swamp. Billy and Rick are exploring a rock-lined depression at Oak Island, a site believed to be a pit for treasure. They discover a unique hidden stone feature that they believe is very special, with the potential to be a game changer. The team is excited about the discovery and wants to stand down now, as it looks very old. Billy and Rick are impressed by the circle of stones, which they believe was created when Billy bailed the water out. They don't find any metals, but they found no metals at the paved area or on the stone roadway. This suggests that people may have been on Oak Island earlier than they thought. The board they found was cut, and there were loads of wood along the line. One of the features they found was big, long strokes with an axe, which could be a candidate for C14. Fred Nolan, who discovered several uniform lines of wooden stakes carbon dated to as early as the 1500s, was convinced they were survey markers used to artificially create the brackish bog. The Oak Island team is considering whether they have found a similar stake at a site believed to mark a location where treasure could be buried. However, they don't think it is natural. Rick suggests having Dr. Spooner come out and try to core through the site, but they don't think they should do anything more physically until Dr. Spooner comes in. Craig believes that if people were building something at John Edwards' site, they must be careful when examining it, as it may tell the story of who was there and could be a game changer.